Hi and welcome back to the Stone Ranger. So today you're joining me in my yard where I'm going to be reshafting my 2-pound walling hammer on this nice hickory handle, but slightly different to how you've normally seen it done. So normally people would go around the top with a knife or a surf form and get a nice snug fit in here, put the pins in, chuck it in a bucket of water and let it swell up. I go about it a little bit different. What I do, I chuck the hammerheads in a nice fire that I've had going now for about an hour and a half, get some nice coals in the bottom, chuck the hammerhead in, cover it back over with some nice dry pieces of timber, let it burn down, leave it in there for another hour, say another hour and 15 minutes, get on with some other jobs, and then I'll burn it through. And then once I've burnt it through, I'll plunge it into some water, take about 80-85% of the heat out of there, put some pins in the top, and then with that last bit of residual heat in the hammerhead, I'll mix some epoxy resin, I'll put it in the top. That heat will warm up the epoxy resin, it'll slide down the side of the shaft into the hammerhead. That'll go hard in like 5-6 minutes, and then we've got a hammer ready to go. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go and stick the hammerhead in the fire and we'll get reshafted. So I've been maintaining that fire now for about an hour and a half, keeping it nice and hot, and I think now's about the right time to get the hammerhead out, see if it's hot enough, and we'll try and get this hickory handle on. And then once we've got it burnt through, we're going to plunge it into this bucket of water I've got going here. So I'll bring you in a little bit closer and we'll go fishing for the hammerhead. So that's it, the hammer's all done, it's all dry, it's all set, it's ready to go. So I left that hammer for about 45 minutes there, didn't need that long, but I was doing other jobs, so I just left it. You will have seen that when I put that epoxy in the top, that little bit of residual heat left in the hammerhead really warmed up the epoxy, and it seeped down through the wedges we put in down the side of the shaft. Never comes out the bottom because you've got a nice, neat, solid join there, so there's no space for it to come out, but it just sits in top nice and lovely. So yeah, I'm happy with that. One thing I would say, if you're trying to do this yourself, just be careful of the temperature you get the hammerhead. You're not trying to get it glowing red, you're just trying to get it a nice temperature to get that hickory through there. Even if you have to take a couple of attempts and dip the handle inside the water to cool it down. You don't want to burn the handle too much that it gets nice and sloppy in there. That's going to be no good. You're just going to waste a nice, lovely hickory handle. And you don't want to get it glowing red, so you change the structure and the integrity of the hammerhead. You don't want it becoming brittle. So it's about gauging the right temperature you want the hammerhead there. This is something I've done many times, something I started doing probably 5 or 6 years ago down in my, I built like an open fire in my workshop out of an old Cali gas bottle. It started that way. So yeah, I've done it many times, but just be careful of that hammerhead. So yeah, that's it. I'll give this a couple of swings now and then I'll get going. I hope you've enjoyed this video and I look forward to seeing you all next time.